So the first column I did with my first algebra class. And then the second column I'm going to do with guess who? That's right. And the third column I'm going to do with my other algebra class. All right. And then at the end, I will post all of the solutions. And you'll also have the recording of all of the explanations. All right. So please stay with me. All right. When you have a question, speak up right away. All right. We should have 15 minutes at the end of class that you can go back and do column 1 and column 3. And I had some kids last class get through the whole thing. All right, because they're good at factoring. All right. So I need everyone's attention, please. All right, and let's go ahead and knock this out. All right, speak up as soon as you need help. All right. Number 2. In other words, now I want to make sure you hear me correctly. 1, 2, and 3 are kind of the same. Do we agree? 4, 5, and 6 are the same. And so on as it goes down the page. All right, just extra practice. All right, so let's take a look at question number 2. All right, the nice thing about question number 2, it's already what? It's already factored for us, so we just set the factors equal to 0. So we say x equals 0, 2x minus 5 equals 0. So x equals 0 or x is equal to 5 over 2. Everybody good with that? Any questions? Now, just as a quick thing here, look at question number 3. How many solutions are there on question number 3? 3. Okay, what?
So the x that's outside the parentheses, that's just what was factored out?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, that was the GCF. Okay, so now, everybody look at number 5. What do I want you to notice on number 5?
There's a common 9x.
Yes, you have to factor out a GCF. Factor out a GCF. All right, and that GCF is what? 9x. So then you have x minus 2 equals 0. And then setting the factors equal to 0, 9x equals 0, x minus 2 equals 0. So x equals 0 or x equals 2. Everybody good? Pretty easy. All right. Number 8. Factoring x squared plus 14x minus 32. All right, who's got it? Tell me.
So it'd be x plus 16 and then x minus 2. And then it would, and the answer would be x equals negative 16 or x equals positive 2.
Beautiful. Any questions or concerns? Hubble? Got that? Anybody else? Before we move on. All right, I'm telling you, very easy. All right. Number 11. Give you a minute. Quickly, try to factor it and solve it.
It would be in the first parentheses 3x minus 8, and then the second one is x plus 2. And then 3x minus 8 equals 0.
Now, hold up 1 second, though. But now, to understand now, we're just going to check. On your test tomorrow, check your work. All right? To check your work is just the smiley face. Negative 8 and positive 6 makes negative 2. Agreed? All right? And so now, from here, because we're so smart, we can just say x equals what?
8 over 3.
8 over 3, or x equals negative 2. All right, now I need somebody asking me a question if they're not sure. Anybody? Easy, correct? All right, if you know how to factor, I told you this would be super easy. All right. Now this one, number 14, is kind of hard because there's lots of possibilities. All right. So I want everybody to try 14. If you get 14 done early, just jump to 17. All right. Well, I'll walk around and make sure you're working. Let's go. Come on. Nope. Focus here. Test tomorrow. Okay. Now, for question number 14. All right. Now, again, some of you guys, here's how I want you to just one more time. All right. You need to be quicker. All right. And let me show you what I mean by that. I'm just going to go through the mistakes. So here we go, just to show you something. 12x squared, 3x, and 4x, right? Now, 5 and 3. Does everybody agree 3 can't go on the left, right? So it has to be 5 and 3. And now you're just smiling. 20 and 9. That's close, not good enough. Everybody agree? So now instead of 5 and 3, I'm going to have to choose 15 and 1. Now 15 can't go on the left, so 15 is going to have to go on the right. But if I do that, that's way too big. So now I realize it can't be what? 3x and 4x. Come on, I need everybody to hear me on that. It can't, and it didn't take me that long to figure that out. That's what I'm trying to see. Some of you are just taking a little bit too long. All right, so now after 3x and 4x, I'm going to try what? I'm going to try 6x and 2x. Now notice I didn't erase the smiley face because I'm still, those are the numbers I'm looking at. And now 3 and 5. Where does 3 have to go? On the right. And 5 has to go on the left. Wow, what do you know? 10 and what? 18 makes what? 28 if they are both, if they're both negative. Come on, that's not hard. Hubble, you with me on that now? All right, here we go. So x is equal to what? 5 over 6 or?
X is 3 over 2.
3 over 2. Now, honestly, if you got that, you're pretty good at factoring. Most kids don't. That's hard, believe it or not. Okay? So if you got that, you're in good shape, I feel like. All right. Now, number 17, everybody needs to put a star by 17. Because we need to remember to do what? Divide by 3. Thank you. All right, it makes it a lot harder if you don't see that. Always check for GCF. I'm dividing everything through by 3. Divide by 3, divide by 3. So x squared plus 10x plus 25 equals 0. Everybody's good? And now what?
X plus 5, x plus 5.
Right, x plus 5, x plus 5. So x equals what? And then just because we're smart, we're going to put it's a what? It's a double root. Or it's a double root. Again, that just means the answer occurred twice. All right, the answer occurred twice. No, we're just going one more step, though. You see what I'm saying? We're setting it equal to 0. What?
After you divide by 3, what do you do with the other 3? 3 that you divided by and took out?
They all simplified. 0 divided by 3 is 0. Agreed? All right, here we go. 20. Okay, somebody be brave. What do I need to do?
All you gotta do is flip the signs so it's -5 and then it's x minus 3.
Good. So everybody write that x times x minus 3, -5, x minus 3 equals 0. Is everybody okay with that? And now you can factor out the what? The x minus 3.
Yes.
So you end up with,
X minus 5 and x minus 3.
right. And again, I'm just putting the x minus 3 first because I want people to know I factored out the x minus 3.
And then they either get x equals 5 or x equals 3.
Beautiful. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. Any questions? Any questions? All right. 21. Just to review, that's just factoring by what?
Grouping.
Grouping. And how many answers are we going to have?
3.
3 solutions. All right. Just remind yourself of that. All right. Here we go. 23. What's the problem?
There's 10 and you have to make that 0.
Yep. You got to set it equal to 0. All right. You have to set it equal to 0.
So
All right. So
minus
2x squared minus x minus 10 equals 0. Now you're factoring that. So the only way to make 2x squared is with what? 2x and x. And now factors of 10. Where do I want the 2 to go? On the right side. And now it would be 2x what? Minus 5 and plus 2. So x has to be what? 5 over 2 or -2. Everybody agreeing with me? All right, here we go. 26, excellent. How many answers are there?
4.
4 answers. Right? So I'm going to factor that. Someone. Kelly. Good job. Can't quite hear you, but I'm assuming you're correct. I know you're so shy. 25 and 1. Both negative. So now what? Exactly. X plus 5, x minus 5, and? Beautiful. Now down here, we're going to write it as x equals, remember what I said? Very good, of course. Plus or minus 5, or x could equal plus or minus 1. You don't have to write it that way. If you put -5, +5, 1, -1, it's all the same. Of course. Hurry up. All right, anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions on that one? All right, here we go, guys. 29. What's the problem with 29 again? Tell me. Set it equal to 0. So when I set it equal to 0, it becomes what? And what? Tell me what minus 11 plus 11 is. Which one? 11 minus 11. Good job, girl. Equals 0. You good with that now? Yeah. All right. Any questions with that? Everything's got to be set equal to 0. Now you just have to figure out what type of factoring that is. There's a common x. GCF. Factoring out an x, I'm left with?
X minus 6
Good.
equals 0.
Exactly. All right. So now x is equal to?
0 or x equals +6.
All right, some of you guys remember what I told you. You're not asking me many questions. So I'm assuming everything is good. Anybody have any questions? Hubble?
I understand.
Okay. Anybody else? Everybody's good? All right, here we go. Check out 32. All right, we got a problem with 32. What do I have to do?
Alright, so you have to like go backwards to like
Yeah, you have to
convert it.
multiply it out.
Yup.
And now let's look up on the board. Look up. I want everybody in here. Hey, eyes up. You shouldn't have to do any work. You should be able to look at that and just say x squared plus 6x plus 8 equals 3. Everybody should be able to do that. Right? Everybody seeing that? And again, the reason why I'm saying that is because we've done this enough that your brain should start to see that combination of numbers. Is everybody hearing me on that? The plus 4 and the plus 2 makes the plus 6. Now what do I need to do?
Then you have to subtract 3.
Subtract 3. So I get,
X squared plus 6x plus 5.
now what?
And then you x plus 4 plus 5.
And so x is equal to,
-1. Or x is equal to -5.
beautiful. The end. I told you. I don't care. All right, now before you go, listen, guys. I normally don't tell kids this, but I thought I would tell you. Listen, tomorrow when you take the test, does everybody agree this is kind of the same as the last test? Right? So hear me, listen to me. If you do better on tomorrow's test, whatever you get, I put that also in the last test that you took. All right? So that's a big help for some of you. All right? So again, the only reason I'm doing that is because some of you guys have gone home and you've done some extra practice. All right? You got worked a little bit extra. So now, tomorrow, not put any pressure. All right? If you got a 82 on the last test, you got 100 on this test, now you have what? 200s. All right, does everybody hear me? So please, practice. I'm going to turn the video off. Your job is to do the other 2 columns, and then if you want, you can go to the video and check your answers, or you can double check with your friends sitting next to you or whatever, but we're not messing around. There's too much on the line for tomorrow. All right, get the worksheet done. And then tonight, after my last class, I'll post the answers on Classroom, and you can double check that. And if you really want to just double check, you want to listen to the videos again, that'd be fine also. All right? If you have any questions, I'm just going to be sitting at my desk. You can come up and ask me. All right, if you want me to double check something. This is not the time to be distracted. It's a big day tomorrow. Make sure you do well.